Ah oui, vraiment, là, merci. Thank you very much for these few millions of miles we spend together. Glued to each other, and the cars, and the buses, and the van, and the trains, and the planes, even in a snowmobile. During a huge snowstorm in the north of Quebec, with our instruments in our back. Wow, a dream. Thank you very much. Merci.
But Simon, 20 years, it's a lot. Oh, yeah. It's a lot of very, very nice memories that I cannot remember anymore. But it's a lot of very nice meeting and seeing friends all over the place in different countries. But it's mainly a lot of cheeseburger and club sandwiches as well, and gin and tonics, and also, but mainly it's a lot of complicity between each of us, and also a lot of hostility.
Maybe more.
Yeah, maybe more.
We have French blood, huh? So we know what is arguing for no reason. We love it. 20 years on the road, 2 decades talking about Quebec, our language, our culture. Language, it's a bit like French, the Québécois. It's a bit like French, but friendly. So we talk like that about our culture and our traditions for 2 decades, and we had so much fun until 2 years ago. When we discovered, then us, the Valdunal, we didn't have one, not even one song about maple syrup. I know. It's a shame. And it's such an essential tradition from our part of the world. You know, it's a link between the First Nations and the First Canadians. Was us, the First Canadians, you understand, okay? Between the past and the present. Between the winter and the summer as well. And it's such a sweet tradition. For you and for us, we composed our first song about the blood of our trees, the blood of our land, and it's called Dans l'eau de vie de l'arbre. Les anciens le savaient, et même ceux d'avant, comment ils s'aigaient, et sur chaque printemps, devant les attaques, en respectant le bois, pour que puisse s'écouler sans causer de trépas. Faut qu'elle puisse s'écouler sans causer de trépas. Siroter le pays pour se coller de lui, en cavaler dans le nuit, à l'eau de vie de l'arbre, en cavaler des nuits, dans l'eau de vie de l'arbre, en cavaler des nuits, à l'eau de vie de l'arbre. On vidait les chaudières dans les tonneaux du temps. Sous les cuves de fer, on allumait l'érable. Le monde en affaire bouillir de ses semblables. Le monde en affaire bouillir de ses semblables. Siroter le pays pour se coller la nuit. En cavaler dans les nuits, à l'eau de vie de l'arbre. En cavaler les nuits, dans l'eau de vie de l'arbre. En cavaler les nuits, à l'eau de vie de l'arbre. Ce rythme des souvenirs, ce sucre des amours, et puis pas en hiver, en gardant l'essentiel, étuire les airs, se rapprochant du ciel. Étuire les airs, se rapprochant du ciel. Pour se coller en cavaler dans les nuits, à l'eau de l'arbre, en cavaler les nuits, dans l'eau de l'arbre, en cavaler les nuits, à l'eau de
and tragic in some way, a story of French-speaking America. We like to remember that our ancestors were adventurers, travelers, maybe you say voyageurs. But in fact, they left France to turn their back on the plague. It was not the COVID at the time, you would say. And they were leaving France to turn their back also on the wars of religion over there, in the hope of finding on this continent maybe a little paradise. After the heat of their first summer, now we know better, over there at least, it's the hostility of the winter that they will encounter. And it's thanks to the knowledge and the science of the First Nations that they will manage to cling to this new world. We can say that it's around this interbreeding that was formed this French nation in North America. We ran the woods, we canoed the rivers, we had families, we founded cities and towns throughout the territory. Small cities like Détroit, maybe you say Detroit, but you're wrong. Or Saint Louis, Marquette, Butte in Montana, Sault Ste. Marie, Maillardville, Saint Boniface. Still today there's thousands and thousands of names of locations and cities and villages that are named in French. They were all over the place. Of course, they did war against the Iroquois with their allies. We have to remember that. But they also experienced 60 years of peace after La Grande Paix de Montréal, the Great Peace of Montreal, that was signed in 1701. And 60 years back then was kind of an eternity. And we can easily think that this peace would last up to today if it was not about that war between France and England. After that war, everything was upside down. Quebec City was isolated, and the Western explorations were stopped. We retired on the lands, in the woods, and under the robes of the church. Many people predicted the end or the extinction of those who were called back then the Canadians, or the Acadians, or the Cajuns. You know, it's the same word with a different accent. It means French, basically. But with lots of courage and many children, yes. From Champlain to Jacques Kerouac, and so far tonight. A tradition fragile as a flower and mighty as the St. Lawrence River managed to fool the time in all those predictions of extensions of those who can be called today the Américois.
À voyager sur les rivières, s'approprier l'être aussi va remonter le fleuve jusqu'à ses mers. S'approprier l'être aussi va remonter le fleuve jusqu'à ses mers. Mississippi, ange de guerre et grande paix avec nos frères. Américois. Chant du paysage. s'accrochent à leurs questions. Ça aime bien ouvrir le nord, fonder des villes, garder des défenses. Ça aime bien ouvrir le nord, fonder des villes, garder des défenses. À nos volants, dans le ciel noir, à s'imprégner du territoire. À Québécois, gens qui voyagent, au Québec alors, ça nos amours de nos courages, marquer nos chants du paysage. De Louis Riel à Jean de Saint-Jean-Rodis, des carrés blancs en héritage, aux carrés rouges durant le vol. C'est une langue aux 80 descend des traces des enfants. Un peu de France, beaucoup de temps, notre Amérique encore plus grande. Québec alors, ça nos amours de nos courages, marquer nos chants du paysage. Québec alors, ça nos amours de nos courages, marquer nos chants du paysage. Merci. Friendship. Do you have glasses? Do you have? No, you don't. Okay. Sorry.